Good morning. It's Monday, May 4th, 2026. It is 11:39 a.m. and I call this special meeting of the Platte County Commission to order. Purpose of this special meeting is to facilitate the management and implementation of projects funded under the federal COVID relief program known as ARPA, the American Rescue Plan Act. And the first item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda.
Move approval of the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Clerk, please call the roll. Yes.
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 That motion carries 3-0. Next is the consent calendar.
Move to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll. Yes.
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 That motion carries 3-0. Next is business action item 2026 CO044, be presented by County Administrator Westminder.
Good morning, Commissioners. 2026 CO004 ARPA is a corrective ordinance that corrects the line item number that the expenditure came from in the budget for the work that was approved under the first commission order this year.
I move approval of 2026-CO-004 ARPA, the order amending a prior CO.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, please call the
Wait,
roll.
I have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is this? Why?
What's that?
Why?
The original order used line item 2300, 3000, 813100, and
That's
5000.
That's a recorder's office line, right?
Yes, and so the 10099 was the auditor, or the line that the auditor intended those funds to come from.
Okay, but our budget that we passed has $400,000 in that line, right? Our commission approved budget that we passed in January has got 400 grand there. And now you're wanting to not take 400 grand out of there, but you want to take it out of the ARPA line, which I'm fine with, but then it seems like there's going to be 400 grand that's unused. Is that right?
That would be correct.
I'm thinking we should get Chris Wright to sign off on, he's going to agree to a budget adjustment so we don't have an Eric Collins situation where he says, sorry, too bad, I'm going to sue you if you try to reduce
Budget amendment.
that
Probably should be a
line.
budget amendment.
Budget amendment.
The $400,000 would remain in his budget.
I know, I think,
It's being, the original order took that money from his line item incorrectly, as approved by the commission and the county auditor earlier this year. All this does is it changed that money coming from the 1,000 number, which was the capital improvements line that it should have came from originally.
but it seems like that $400,000 should fully move to the ARPA line, not just that we're going to draw $400,000 out of ARPA. It seems like it ought to be Chris Wright signs off on that $400,000 shouldn't have been there in the first place, and it should have been somewhere else.
That money was in that budget line item to begin with. It was just incorrectly labeled to be spent from when it should have came from the other line item.
But does the budget show that 400,000 is going to be spent from general revenue?
Yes. That line item there had approximately $900,000 for capital improvements, which included the additional work that the judges requested that was $400,000.
I think we ought to wait.
It's not clear to me.
Kevin's not here.
Can we table this?
Yes, sir.
Let's just come back to this when we understand it more clearly.
Move to table 2026 CO004 ARPA.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to table. Clerk, please call the roll. Yes,
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
that motion is tabled. Next is 2026 CO005.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is a change order for with Access Construction for work related to the prosecutor's office. The change order is $3,960. This is for some door hardware on the new black door that is in the long hallway between the law enforcement center and the courthouse that was installed. That door will have security with fob and a security system so that only county staff can get from the administration and law enforcement building into the backside of the courthouse.
Move to approve 2026 COO05 ARPA, approving change order number 11 with Axis Construction.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any comments? Clerk, please call the roll. Yes.
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 And that motion carries 3-0. Next is 2026 CO006.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is a change order with MTS, which is the county's basically masonry contractor that's been doing lots of work on site. This is for $4,000. When we did the improvements to the jury assembly room, part of that has the original 1800s courthouse, and there's a capstone. We had previously done a change order to replace one that had fallen. This is to restore some of the original brick in that capstone so that it does not fall out and cause any liability.
Move to approve 2026-CO-006 ARPA, change order number 5 between Platte County and MTS Contracting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll. Yes.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wes.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Clerk, please call the roll. Yes.
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 That motion carries 3-0. It's 11:46 a.m. and we are adjourned.